My sack is the loveliest sack there is. My sack feels great in my hand. What's up, fishy friends? Welcome Tim's School of Fish, and class is in session. Got a new microphone, that's what that is. It's gonna take some getting used to on my cap, but I found that it's better than on my shirt because my beard is so long, it covers it up. It just sounds better up here. I do like it. It's got some noise canceling, so it doesn't sound like I'm in a coffee can. So far so good. I've got the lights turned off here, but I need to get some blackout curtains for this window over here. I'm working on it, man. I'm trying to professionalize the set and fix the background lighting and make it a little better. So we're just experimenting. We're just trying new things here. We're stepping out of our comfort zone.
You need to step a lot farther, man.
So I recently did a video of me freaking losing my mind going down the Swiss Army knife Victorinox rabbit hole. I will pin that video to the end screen. Go check it out. It's pretty funny. It all started with a Swiss Army floral knife, then another Swiss Army floral knife, and then a Swiss Army one, and from there it was just over. So since I made that video just a week ago or something, I've gotten 3 new Swiss Army knives. So today I want to share one with you. This is the Victorinox Swiss Army knife Tinker with the Florida Panthers scales, the NHL. NHL?
What the hell's NHL?
NHL scales. So apparently Victorinox has a license deal with the NHL, which is kind of strange because I think that Victorinox's largest market is probably in Europe. I know they sell a bunch of them in the United States, but I also know that hockey is like the 4th largest, the lowest rated professional sport in the United States. But I love hockey. The Florida Panthers are my team, and they finally won the Stanley Cup. I've been waiting 30 years. They won the Stanley Cup this year, and it's almost like Victorinox knew that I was going to fall down that Swiss Army knife rabbit hole the exact time that they made this license deal with the NHL, so I had to freaking have it. I think this might have been a Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive. I'm not so sure about that, but I got this one from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. It is already open. I have cut the blister pack here, but I just wanted to show you the packaging that it came in. All of the other Swiss Army knives that I have come in this little Victorinox silver box. This one came in the blister pack, so let's check this bad boy out. So we've got the Florida Panthers scales on there. You've got the Florida Panthers crest there, and the Florida Panthers jersey colors, which are like red, blue, white, and kind of gold. This isn't exactly the right color. It's more like a maize gold. It's not really yellow, but it's closer to gold than that, but this is pretty darn close. So, of course, I had to have it. And this is a Tinker. You guys know the Tinker, but let's take a look at the tools. The first tool, and the only one that has a half stop, is that cap lifter can opener with the Phillips head screwdriver that you can also use as a light duty pry bar. It's got the little wire stripper here. I absolutely love it because it has a fantastic snappy half stop on there, which is just super fun to fidget with. We've got the can opener with the small flathead / Phillips. We've got that spear point blade that has sort of that tumbled polish finish on it, which is really pretty. Then, of course, we've got that chody little spear point pen blade there, which is pretty awesome. And then we have the Phillips, and we also have the awl / reamer / hole punch with the little sewing eye on it. Now, this one does have the tiny little hole there in the scales that you can see right there. It does not come with a straight pin, but of course, I went straight out and bought some straight pins. This is not a Victorinox straight pin. They are about $9 or $10 for 4 of them, which I think is just insane for straight pins. So I want to tell you what I'm using, and this is probably not any groundbreaking news, but I picked up some Singer number 17. Singer number 17. Now, Singer is a reputable brand. It's been around forever. These are stainless steel pins. A lot of those other ones are not stainless steel, or they have some weird coating on them or something. So these are 1 1/16 inch. Now, the Victorinox straight pins are 1 3/16 inch. I could not find any straight pins that were 1 3/16, but it's a straight pin. Does it really have to be 1 3/16 inch? No. What I really like about these pins is that the pin head is ever so slightly rounded, right? It's not completely round like those big bulbous head straight pins, but it's also not completely flat. It's just slightly rounded, which makes it so much easier to get out of the scales. It makes it so much easier to pull out of there because it gives your thumbnail something to get under. And, you know, it's not big. It doesn't get in the way. When I say just slightly rounded, I mean just slightly rounded. Then, of course, up here, we've got the little tweezers, the pick. Now, I want to get those little ferro rods that replace the pick. Now, Rich over at True Budget EDC sent me some of these, which are little fire starter pieces of tinder that you just screw into the corkscrew. Of course, the Tinker doesn't have a corkscrew, but I've already put some of this on my other Swiss Army knives that do have the corkscrew. So thank you, Rich, over at True Budget EDC for this. If you guys are not subscribed to his channel, go check him out. Great guy with great stuff. Go check out True Budget EDC and Prepping. I will link it down below. Anyway, he was nice enough to send this to me when he found out that I was going down the Swiss Army knife rabbit hole. But now what I have to get are those little ferro rods that are just that big that replaces the toothpick. That would be freaking awesome. Now, this one had a tiny little crack at the very end of the scale right there. And so you could see a tiniest little white speck. At first, I thought about sending it back. I've never had to send anything back to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, but the little piece of paper that they put in the packaging says it could take 2 to 4 weeks to process it. And I was like, yeah, no, forget that crap. I'm not waiting 2 to 4 weeks. So I took some red fingernail polish. You can see right there where it's just a tiny little bit off color. Took some of my wife's red fingernail polish, and if you didn't know it was there, you can't tell at all. That is the Victorinox Swiss Army Knife Tinker Florida Panthers edition. I am going completely down this Swiss Army knife rabbit hole, and then Slip Joint Sawyer on his live stream this weekend was trolling me a little bit and pointing out a bunch of other ones and discontinued models. And there's one called the Victorinox Safari, which has just a single blade on it, and it's a little bigger. It's like 7.5 inches overall or something. And of course, I have to have that one now. I've looked on eBay. They're anywhere from 125 to 150 bucks, but I'll be having one of those soon for sure. I am certain of that. So there you go, boys and girls. I appreciate you for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you think of my Florida Panthers Tinker. Let me know what you think of Swiss Army knives. Are you addicted to Swiss Army knives? I'll tell you, if you're not, stay away, because you will go down that rabbit hole. I never thought it would happen to me, but here I am going down that rabbit hole. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Just click my logo right over there. That's it for this episode of Tim's School of Fish. Boys and girls, class dismissed.